G'day everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Digitrax LNWI Wi-Fi control system. This control system will allow me to use a phone or a tablet to control my model trains rather than a conventional throttle controller or wired throttled controller. So we're going to take a look at what this is, how much it costs, run some trains, and then what I think of it. So let's get into, I guess, this review. I picked up this LNWI Wi-Fi system from Hobbytech in Perth. It cost me $144 shipped to me express post. When you do go on Hobbytech's website, it offers you a 5% discount. So I think I saved about $12 all up because this thing retails for $140 on the shelf. Pretty handy. Now I should point out you do need an existing loconet, in my case a Digitrax loconet. I should also just point out there are other products available. I just thought I'd stay on brand and use Digitrax. I have a DB150 loconet, which is just what I have. I picked it up secondhand, and I kind of touched on that in my previous video about building this layout. Now that loconet was produced from 1999 onwards, so it is showing its age, although for me, it's absolutely fine. It does everything that I want it to do, except for the limitation of being kind of stuck at one point with a controller or having to wire in other control points along the layout. Now, I figured, what better way to get around that by just using the thing that I've already got, which is a phone. Now I use Apple. This system will work with both Apple and Android. So pretty much there's no real limitations on operating system. You usually have one or the other. Anyway, we'll get into what we've got in the box here. We'll get into running some trains and going through the app. So let's get into it. So in this package, we've got the loconet itself. We've got a power cable, which appears to be not an Australian power cable, which is a little bit annoying, but I do have a converter, so it's not the end of the world. And you've got a cat cable in here, which will plug into the front of my loconet. All right, so I downloaded the app. The app is on here. I've got the premium one, nice and easy. I've plugged the LNWI loconet, throttle control into my loconet. Super easy, it's all plug and play, everything is lit up. All I have to do is you go to settings or your Wi-Fi settings. There'll be one there called, or at least in my case, it's called a nice, easy to remember name, DTX1LN server, and some numbers. Click on that and you're sweet. Open the app. I'm going to select a loco. Today I'm going to use one of my favorites, which is my IDR Models W-Class shunter, mainly because it's the most reliable engine that I have. So you just go into the addresses, type in your address you want. In this case, it's locomotive 262, and that's cool. All right, so everything is controllable from here. So I can turn on the lights and I can change my direction and away we go. That really couldn't be any easier. I don't know why we're still messing around with your traditional controller at this point. This seems considerably easier. I have all of the functions. I'll just turn the sound off. How's that? I've got up to F17, which I guess is more than enough functions. You've got your on off for your light, your horn is still there. The sound's off. Simple. That is amazingly easy. You can change your throttle, so you've got different options. If you want to have multiple controls going at once, you can have twin roads. Anyway, you can change it all around. That's awesome. That's really, really neat. All right, so I've had a little bit of time to play with the app now. It's all nice and easy, nice and simple. And I have gone over to the WiThrottle website and YouTube to check out, I guess, some more in-depth aspects of this app. Now, you do need JMRI and you need to have it all hooked up together, and it's not something I'm going to do right now. So I'm just using the app as is, but it does look like in terms of going forward, there is a lot of options for customization and things like that. It's a little bit unfortunate you can't do that in the app, but I'll get into that just after this little bit, which is one of the reasons I went for the premium version, or the one that you have to pay for, is that you can consist locomotives. So behind me, I've got two Exisiting B classes from the last release, which I did do a review on. So they're pretty well matched up in terms of speed steps and things like that. So I'm going to quickly show you how to make them multiple units. So really simply, once you've got it in the keypad, you just dial in the address of the locomotives. So in this case, I've got a prefix on these locomotives just so they don't get confused with other members at the club. 4180, add, and now they are consisted together. It's that easy, a lot easier than doing it on the older controller. Now, turn on some sound. We'll move off. Now, they are set around the wrong way. It does ask you if you want, when you add a second or third or fourth locomotive in, which way you want it. And I've got it around the wrong way, so that's really easy. Just go back to address, hit information, switch that around, and now, get a bit closer together. Nice and matched up. And of course you can control the lights and everything like that, so let's turn on the ditch lights, turn on the headlights. Easy. All right, so what do I think? I think you can tell by my excitement with this product that I do recommend it. I think this is a great advancement in the hobby. I realize it's not exactly the newest of products and it's not the only one on the market, but for me, great. I'm really stoked with it and I'm really happy that I've purchased it. It means I'm not stuck standing over at a loconet or having to run extra cabling. Nice and simple. It doesn't completely replace, at least for me, my controller. I know that with that remote or normal plug-in controller, it is going to be a lot easier to program in locomotive numbers. I don't have an ESU programmer or anything like that. I don't have JMRI. I don't have all that kind of connectivity, at least at this point. I can see myself getting one of those programming systems at some point, but for now I'm fine just changing the numbers manually with a controller, and then once that's done, that's the end of it. I'll just use the tablet from now on. Especially for someone like me who makes these reviews and things like that, having access to all of the function numbers, really, really good. Now, I guess aside from the criticism that dialing in numbers, or reprogramming numbers just using the tablet or phone isn't really there, my, I guess, gripe with it, and it's not the end of the world, it's just customization. I think you should be able to easily customize the function numbers with the according locomotive numbers and things like that. So instead of saying like F2, it says horn. I think to be able to do that in the app rather than have to go, I think you can do it through like JMRI, for example, but I think not everyone has that. And I think surely it's not that out of the question just to be able to have, let's say the loco number is 123, and then that chipset sends a message to this saying that that function number is that thing. You know, I guess that's probably really badly explained, but hopefully that kind of made sense. And I think you should be able to have, when you have the locomotive listings, you should be able to insert a picture of that loco as well. Just if you're say having a friend over and you have, I know a lot of people have custom numbers for their locomotives. I mean, I have a couple of different ones, like I use a prefix in front of a locomotive number just so it doesn't get confused with anything at the club. It'd be good if there was also a picture that you could just upload from your tablet or phone onto the app. That'd be really handy. And I think surely that's not out of the question to be able to do. They're only small complaints. There's nothing overbearing. I think it's still a really, really great product. And it's something that, yeah, I'm really, really happy that I got. Now, if you do want to find out more about JMRI, the WiThrottle system, or the Digitrax systems, I will leave links for all of them below in the description. If you use a wireless control system, let us know what you use and what you think of it. Or do you use this one? And do you love it? Do you hate it? Let us all know in the comments below. It really helps out everyone who checks out the channel. And of course, if you did like my video or you have any feedback, feel free to let me know. And of course, if you are new here, don't forget to be subscribed because I've got plenty more videos coming out soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hooroo.